Man of the movement. The leader of the movement.
Values of service, dignity, and leadership. Values and carried with grace until his last day. From the classrooms of Damango Cambridge Educational Complex through to St. Margaret Senior High School, Obuasi, and in the later years, pursued the higher studies at Accra Business School, where he earned his degree and eventually a master's in business administration. Addo's faith was the anchor of his life. Baptized into the Church of Pentecost in 2005, he lived his Christian walk with boldness and joy. In the world of business, Addo was full of vision. His ventures took him to Germany, the United Kingdom, and the United States. During this period, he also served as a FIFA licensed agent, engaging in international sports management and building a valuable global network. In 2017, he returned home, not to chase comfort, but to give back. He built relationships, created opportunity for the youth, and dreamed big for Adansi. Politics for him was never about power, it was about people. He stood as the NDC parliamentary candidate for Obuasi East in 2020 and again in 2024, winning the hearts of his constituents. Even when injustice threatened to steal his victory, he held on with patience and dignity. His appointment as Deputy Director General of Addo by President John Dramani Mahama was a testament to his leadership and service. Then came the morning began like any other until news broke of a helicopter crash. We prayed, the rumor went wrong, but the heavens had other plans. Addo's earthly journey ended that day, just like that, and the shock still grips our hearts. He leaves behind his beloved wife, Abigail, and two beautiful daughters, who will grow up hearing of the greatness of their father, a man of faith, vision, and love. Addo, your laughter, dream, courage, kindness, this cannot be buried. They live on in us. The tears we shed are not for lack of hope, for we know he rests in the arms of his Maker. But oh, how deeply we missed our brother. Addo. May your soul rest in perfect peace. Thank you.
The biography of Flying Officer Manejum Ampadu. Flying Officer Manejum Ampadu, affectionately known as Papa Chu or Party, was born on January 17, 1995 in Accra to Reverend Douglas Emmanuel Ampadu of Egiamwa and Mrs. Patience Ajole Ampadu, Ni Addo of Teshi. Born into royal lineage from the Etina clan of Egiamwa, he was named after his paternal grandfather, Isaac Kojo Mensah Chu. He was raised in Ebri, where his mother worked at the Presbyterian Women's College of Education, PWC. Mane was the elder of two siblings. He began his education at Chrisland International School, Ebri, and later attended Dex International School, Tema, the Bright International, and Fmr International at Lungwa. He returned to Dex International School to complete his junior higher education. Mane continued his education at Fmr Secondary Technical, the PST Abri, where he developed a keen interest in geography. He proceeded to come in Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, earning a Bachelor of Arts in Geography and Rural Development in 2017. During his studies, he interned at Ghana Aviation Authority and later completed his national service there. He was driven by his childhood dream of becoming a pilot. Driven by his childhood dream of becoming a pilot, Mane enlisted in the Ghana Military Academy in 2020. A devoted son, brother, and friend, Mane valued family above all. His marriage on April 27, 2024, to Naval Lieutenant Radwa Kumitremi marked a new and joyful chapter in his life. He embraced his role as a husband with the same commitment and tenderness that characterized all his relationships. Faith was the cornerstone of Mane's life. He was led to the Lord by his father and was baptized by him in 2002. He was a devout fundamental Baptist and an active member of Set-Time Baptist Church, where he served as his father's armor bearer on evangelism missions. His leadership extended to serving as president of the Fundamental Baptist Students Fellowship, KNUST branch. His compassion for the less fortunate was evident in his support for Zion Helping Hand, a charity aiding children in rural communities, and his contributions to Jesus Kitchen, a program feeding the homeless in December during Christmas. Beyond his faith and family commitments, Mane was known for his humility, diligence, and adventurous spirit. He loved football, reading, computer games, and sightseeing, often bringing joy and laughter to those around him. Friends and colleagues remember his willingness to help, his encouraging words, and his unwavering moral compass. Although he fulfilled a childhood dream by joining the Ghana Air Force and training as a pilot, flying was only one aspect of his rich and purposeful life. Whether in the cockpit, at home, in church, or among friends, Mane's life was defined by service, love, and integrity. His passing is a profound loss to his family, the Ghana Armed Forces, and the nation. But his influence lives on in the countless lives he touched. As written in 1 Thessalonians 4, 16-17, we hold fast to the promise that the Lord himself will descend with a shout, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Rest well, Papa Jude. Your race is run, but your light will shine forever in our hearts. Thank you.
We acknowledge this truth. We tend to believe such a moment lies far ahead. Never did we imagine that we would gather today to remember and mourn Sergeant Ernest Addo Mensah, whose earthly remains lie before us. Having fallen in line of duty while serving our beloved mother, Ghana. Born on 5th July 1988 in Accra, to the late ex-warrant officer Class 1, Emmanuel Mensah Ashiakwe, and the late Victoria Abla Moke. Ernest hailed from Ninyanyo Abintiawe in the La Abafum Kota in the Greater Accra region, and Ehi in the Ketu North District of the Volta region. He was survived by 5 siblings: Laurentia Addo Mensah, Stella Addo Mensah, Samuel Addo Mensah, Josephine Addo Mensah, and Wisdom Tete Mensah. After the loss of his parents, Reverend Chief Superintendent Stella Amakacho Anku lovingly assumed the motherly role, nurturing and guiding him through life. From an early age, Ernest carried a quiet strength, humility, and a heart devoted to faith, family, and service, a legacy that would remain constant throughout his years. He began his education at La Mount Presbyterian Primary A&B School and continued at La Enoba 2 Junior High School from 2001 to 2004. He later pursued studies at Emmett Electronic Institute from 2004 to 2007, where his interest in technical and mechanical work first blossomed. Friends and teachers recall a young man who embodied honesty, respect, and kindness, who listened intently, spoke thoughtfully, and readily offered help to others. Ernest was a man who treasured relationships. His marriage to Miss Mercy Amwa on 5th July 2005, just 1 month after his tragic death, was a joyous celebration of love witnessed by family and friends. Though their union was heartbreakingly short, it was built on deep affection, mutual respect, and shared hopes for the future. A devoted Christian, Ernest was baptized and confirmed in the Evangelical Presbyterian Church, South Lyle Estate, and later worshipped at the Presby Methodist Church in Takoradi. His life was anchored in an unwavering faith in Jesus Christ, and his greatest desire was for his loved ones to come to a saving knowledge of the Lord. He lived with eternity in view, carrying himself with humility and discipline as a true servant of God. In his community, Ernest was a source of warmth, generosity, and encouragement. His ready smile, kind words, and genuine concern for others made him a cherished figure among neighbors and friends. He was the person people turn to in times of need, and he's always willing to lend a hand, often going out of his way to help without expecting anything in return. Although Ernest dedicated 14 years of his life to the Ghana Armed Forces and served with skill and professionalism, his true legacy lies in the lives he touched beyond his uniform. He lived a life of warmth, kindness, and genuine engagement with people from all walks of life. His ever-present smile warmed our hearts, and his kind words and concern for others made him a cherished figure in his neighborhood and beyond. He never hesitated to help those in distress, often going out of his way to assist anyone in need. His generosity and compassionate nature were a gift to all who knew him. His love for God, devotion to family, and compassion for humanity remain the hallmark of his life. Rest in perfect peace. Sergeant Ernest Mensah Addo.